So, kind of decided that we are going to be the ones who will be sanding down the car. Got some pointers and guidance to what to do so we can get the car ready for paint. And the first thing is I had to go ahead and order some red Scotch-Brite. The original paint job isn't too bad, to be honest. It's actually really good for the year 1999, but there is some imperfections, especially when there was the bumper and the hood on. Of course, there was no PPF, there is no rust, but I do want to paint this car championship white, and so we are gonna start Scotch-Briting the whole thing. This is one of those things where if I would have just gone full sand from the beginning, I wouldn't have to retrace any of my steps or honestly just go backwards, but it's all right. I don't want to leave this car the way it is, and I'm not proceeding anywhere. That being said, that we're going full sand, I'm gonna have somebody come and take all the glass out of the car. I'm gonna make sure that every little piece from the engine bay comes out as well. I do not want anything on here. Everything's gonna go. Even the interior where we were originally last at was the carpet. Carpet's gotta go, sound deadening's gotta go. All of this, everything's gonna go. Everything's gonna get properly sanded down, and we're gonna get this car painted. First, red Scotch-Brite for this mission. Let's go. Not bad. Probably need to hit that spot right there, but nice. So I had a coworker before that would tell me that he does painting, but when he told me that all it takes is just some red Scotch-Brite to get the car prepared for paint, I never really believed them. I felt like you really had to take it down to the bare metal, which in some instances it is necessary, but for what I want to do, they told me just red Scotch-Brite it, and then just sand it down till you remove all the shine, take it down to the dull. And then there's something that we have to add after it's properly sanded down. Got the name of it, but I'll put it right here, what it's called. That adds a new foundation so we can apply the new paint to the car. So in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing is just focusing on sanding the whole car down to get rid of all the shine and remove all the leftover accessories on the car. inside of the door and for the inside that faces the inside of the car, that was complicated to explain. Because I'm trying to explain the inside literally. Let me show you. Maybe that'll be better. Okay, what I'm thinking about doing is, because I need to clean the inside of the door, this part of the inside. But then I also need the inside that faces the inside of the car. Oh my gosh, that's so weird to explain. I think I'm just going to not focus on this part of the door at all. Because what I'm thinking about doing is removing the doors off the car. That way I can get one of those tables that people use to lay door panels and whatnot on them. That way you can properly sand them down. I think that's what I'm gonna do for now, instead of just me sanding stuff right here. I think I'm just gonna leave that alone, where I can, in the meantime, be focusing on the outside of the car. Yeah. So it's the next day. There's a couple things that need to get done today. One of them that I mentioned last night was the oil change on the BMW. I need to get the bottom cover off, remove the oil filter, and to wait for the oil filter to arrive from Amazon. But on this car, you can kind of see, I think, spots that need to still get touched up, or not touched up, but I feel like I need to sand down a little more. That looks like a little too shiny right there. This looks a little too shiny right there. And then there. But overall, not bad. This is my first time doing Scotch-Brite on the car. You can see a before of how shiny it looked right there. And then this is even after it's been cleaned. So now today's focus will be, like I said, oil change. Let's Scotch-Brite all this, the wing, and maybe move to the roof of the car or to the side of the car. So with the BMW, everything is Torx. Almost everything on this thing is Torx. And so I gotta get this carbon fiber cover off. T30 to remove the bottom carbon fiber panel. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do before removing the oil filter is I'm gonna go ahead and drain the oil first. That way there's not too much oil spilling from the oil filter. While I let the oil spill out from the oil filter plug, I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight. I need to go buy some more brake cleaner. I'm out completely, and I'll see what else I can get from Harbor Freight, because I want to just focus on the car for the remainder of the time before I have to go pick up the girls from school. So I think a quick Harbor Freight trip it is. Let's go ahead and start sanding this car again. Jeez. I wasn't even gonna take that off yet, but okay. Got the rear bumper removed. It's a bunch of dirt from buildup, but yeah, we're making progress. Waiting for Amazon to deliver my oil filter for the motorcycle. In the meantime, I'm trying to progress on the Honda. Now let's get sanding all of this. Everything needs to get sanded. So, long story short, my wife's cousin, Matthew Zamora, from Zamora Designs, he's up in Ogden, I believe. Him and I sat down multiple times and discussed this car, because I told him originally a shop was going to paint it for me, and everything was fine, but I really did not feel like spending 10 grand to have somebody else do this for me. And then when I told him, is this something that I can learn? Is something I can do if I put my time and effort into it? And he told me, absolutely. And then he gave me some pointers where to start, how to start getting the car sanded down and whatnot. And then from there, we have a plan where I'll take the car up to, my gosh, these birds. I'll take the car up to his shop or my brother-in-law's house. He has a barn shop where we are gonna get the car painted. I'll have to buy the paint, of course, but he has the gun so we can properly paint the car. And if I mess up on any part, he told me, he's like, we'll just clean it up or sand it down and paint it again, but it's gonna look good. So that's the plan for now. And now that the holiday seasons and it's starting to warm up, especially here in Utah, crazy. I feel very motivated to just tackle this car. I do not want to see it sit in the garage for another year anymore. I'm ready to start enjoying this car, but in order for that to happen, I have to put the time and effort into it and get it done. But I think there's a lot going on right now. I think I'll end the video here for now, so that way I can start cooking and cleaning the house. As much as I would like to tackle the other side and the roof of the car, I gotta start cleaning the house, putting my part of the house to maintain it clean. And then I'm still waiting for the oil filter for this to arrive from Amazon. So let's stop for now. I still have one more day tomorrow to do more progress on the car.